Cast in the name of God. Ye not guilty.
Hello, my name is Bas. I was recently featured as a cameo in a Quentin Reviews video, as pictured here. And I gotta say, closest thing I've ever come to Hollywood in my life. So a little bit about myself. I've been known to draw a lot by people that know me. I figured now would be a better time than ever to make another art vlog video. I've done maybe 2 or 3 of these so far, and the idea comes down to this. I draw a lot of still character art, but you can't really put that on YouTube because it's a bunch of PNGs. So instead I just figured, why not make a bunch of videos where I talk about my process and what inspired me. I'll just get started. Sun Wukong is a very famous Chinese folktale character from Journey of the West. Even if you don't know him that well, there's been a lot of well-known characters that were based on him, like Goku from Dragon Ball or Aang from The Last Airbender. I've always been mildly aware of his existence for years, but the game that finally got me to pay actual attention to the character was Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I bought a copy of this game in a collection on Steam recently and instantly started maining the character Son Son. Because I play alone and I'm a casual. Anyway, I really love the cheerful energy this character gives. I love that her special is her transforming into a giant that breathes lasers. And since Black Myth Wukong was advertised online after the MVC collection, and I've been a big fan of overly sarcastic productions, Sun Wukong himself has become increasingly more prominent in my imagination in a very short time. So, I've spent a while making my own design. I retried a number of 2 times until landing on this. From now on, this is my go-to design for the future if I ever want to draw him again. He uses yellow hair from the live-action drama, and his eyes and haircut are based on Spectre from Ape Escape, if you can believe that. I actually did my own take on Spectre way before all of this. I'm considering making one more drawing of Sun Wukong with a cooler pose, but for now I just have a sketch. We'll see how far I get with that idea. Also, I shaved off screen, that's why I don't have a beard right now. Now this is deep channel lore, of course, but I've actually made 2 videos before where I discussed a series of trading cards that I've made to practice drawing in sets. Everyone always makes fun of NFTs for being a scam and being awful. And they're right, NFTs are a scam and they're awful. But when they were in the news, I did remember thinking, I will make my own trading cards. So I did. The first series I did was of the summoned monsters that appeared through the Final Fantasy games, which I had, at the time, recently been exploring. I tried looking at several versions of each character before making my own, and I tried my best at drawing them in a way how I would want to feature them in a Final Fantasy game if I was in charge of a series entry. This is why Carbuncle came out looking like a Pokemon. By the way, fun fact, even DeviantArt thought they were a Pokemon. I guess DeviantArt can do that now. When you're entering tags on your art, it guesses what you drew. We live in the future and that terrifies me. So the Final Fantasy series has been done for a while now, but I've only recently added them to DeviantArt. Feel free to look at my portfolio there if it interests you. I'll put a link in the description. Now for some new stuff. The second series I made was of the Darkstalkers. I dedicated myself to at least drawing every character you could actually select on the character select screen. This includes bonus characters like Shadow and the Marionette, but it also includes the super ultra secret character D that closed out the story of the entire franchise, more or less. Other more specific characters would include Adult Anita and Harry Grimory from the horrible cartoon adaptation that nobody should watch. Also, I know what you're thinking, but no, his name is pronounced Grimory in the show, not Grimoire like you'd think.
Harry Grimory, your courage has awoken me.
I just thought it'd be fun to acquaint myself with this character, that is why he's flying on the card. This is a thing he does. Harry flies. I could sit here and gush about how this series is fun and how Capcom treats it badly, but instead I'm gonna recommend Torgi's Arcade, because that's where I got most of my information. He doesn't know me, but screw it, I'll link it anyway. All you need to know is I love the characters from Darkstalkers, and I'd love a next-gen Darkstalkers 4, or maybe even a complete arranged version of the old games, where every character is playable and you get to play on every stage from each game. That'd be cool. So to switch from Darkstalkers to something more personal and avant-garde, I made 3 very special drawings of my own characters from my comic, and I've put them in video games that are a little spooky. Here you get to see Trudy and Dave in the Silent Hill 2 remake. I made this one first and I honestly liked it the most. The whole dynamic between these characters is that they used to be friends at school and now they kinda hate each other because of a falling out. So seeing them hold hands in a hopeless place like Silent Hill, it feels like it says a lot about what these characters represent to me. Here you get to see Dave alone, in the house from the Silent Hills playable teaser. Maybe he's lost track of Trudy after all. He seems to be in a very reflective mood right now. I hope the tall ghost lady doesn't find him. And finally, here's Rufus in Doom Eternal. He's in a mall? I think that's what this is. He's very angry. This must be taking place after his older sister Trudy was forced to be strict with him. So I know what you're thinking. You just used backgrounds from video games? That's not original. If you want me to be invested, you have to make your own backgrounds. I've been drawing on my comic for, I think, a year now. While I have not finished the prologue, I did make it to a very cool milestone I thought was exciting. You see, when I originally started imagining the concept of my world, I drew a single page to set the tone of the story. It's a scene where my main character Trudy confronts a horrible eldritch monster in the basement of a dark building and seems to only be mildly impressed. It is my greatest pleasure to announce that I've made it to the part where this page takes place and I was able to remake it. It's 2 pages now and, well, I don't know if it looks better, you decide. You can find my full comic so far on Comic Fury. Again, I'll make sure to link this. Damn, I just woke up. I look like Coffee Robinson from SNL. Anyway, final part. I wanted to talk about my commissions still being open. My commissions are still open and you can contact me at this email address. If you want something specific, if you want to have an iPhone case or, you just want some art of your OC, contact me. I'm always free. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some screaming to do.